Okay guys, check it out. Here's what happened. In the last couple tutorials, we just built this awesome program named Rectangle, pretty much. That's what I named it, at least. And say we built this fabulous program and it's running fine, it is good to go, and selling it to our software company, making money. But suddenly, our boss comes in and he's like, dude, you know that awesome program you wrote about rectangles that took you 8 hours? Well, we actually need to make one about squares instead. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So, I start freaking out and getting upset. But then, you see, I remember what they told me in those anger management videos that my mom got me, and we start to breathe a little bit, and we start to realize, you know what? All a square is pretty much a special kind of rectangle. So instead of having to write a whole new class and having to write all these methods the same right over again, plus a couple special ones for square, wouldn't it be cool if we could just type a couple words and automatically inherit all of these methods? Yeah, you see where I'm going with this? Yeah, I think so. So what we need to do is we're going to cheat a little bit. Instead of manually typing all the methods for square, we're just going to copy all of them from the rectangle class and then add a couple of our own. So what we need to do is on our source, right click it and click add new file, and all your defaults look good right there, Objective-C class. Click next and go ahead and create a new square class, and don't name it squash. I'll get it eventually, trust me. And right there, also create square.h and finish that. So now we have two new classes, square h and square m. So go ahead and click on your source right here, then you can see all your files at once. That's what I like to do. And now, first thing we need to do, get rid of all these dumb comments because they know me. We don't need any comments. We make the comments around here. You got it? And also, we don't want to import coco.h. What we want to do is we want to import rectangle, and we want to import that. You want to import whatever you want to copy from, pretty much. So that's what we're going to do. And now, first of all, get rid of these semicolons. It gives a. I should have just deleted everything, but I didn't. So our class interface is named square, and instead of inheriting from NS object, which rectangle inherited from, we want to inherit straight from rectangle. So therefore, we're not only inheriting from NS object, we're inheriting from a rectangle as well. So what happens when we do this and inherit from rectangle? Well, let me go ahead and click on let's see, square rectangle H and see what it gave us. All we did is type that one little word, inherit from rectangle, and we already have a width, a height variable. We already have methods to figure out the area, perimeter, and set width and height. So instead of coding all of this right here, all that crap, all we had to do is type this, and it automatically gave us all those methods and variables for free. So that's alright, that's pretty cool, but you see, a square is a tidbit different than a rectangle, so we need to tweak it just a little bit. And by tweak it, I mean add just a couple methods of our own, because, it's a square, not a rectangle. Can't, just copy everything, that'd be boring. So let's go ahead and make one method void and set side. Because you see, and let's go ahead and pass it one variable in s. Because we're just making this easier for us. A square has four equal sides, so unlike a rectangle, which had two equal sides, we only have to pass it one side and it can count for all four. You get what I'm saying? So we have S set side, and that'll set all four sides. We couldn't do that with a rectangle before because the four sides weren't equal. And we also want to make a method that all it does is return side. What we just did, pretty much, what we just created. So let's see, we got everything set right there. Now we can go over to square M. Actually, might want to copy those for later, for the headers. So now in square M, A, get rid of all this. Import square H, of course, implementation square, because we're working in the square class. And we also have to put rectangle right here to let us know we're inheriting from rectangle. So now go ahead and copy your method headers, and you can go ahead and begin creating the bodies. So for set side, how can we make this easier? Well, we already are going to pass in a side S, and we'll say we'll make this 6 or something. Well, we can either write a new method to calculate the side, or don't forget that we already have this set width and height method right here. So what exactly are we going to do to set the side? Well, all we need to do is call that method. And now you're thinking, alright, Bucky, I know how to call methods from other classes and other objects, but this is a method that's inside our own class. So how can we use that method? Because don't forget, only rectangle has this class, or excuse me, this method set width and height, but square inherited it, so square has it too. So it's its own method that we want to use. So anytime you want to use your own method, what you need to do is type, and this is a keyword, I'm not making this up, self. And what self means is this object that we're currently working on has a method that we want to use. So what method is it? It's set width and height. And what we're going to do is for the width, we're going to pass a S, which is going to be 6. And for the height, we're going to pass a S. And why do you pass a S twice? Because a square has 4 equal sides, so this counts as the width and height. Again, you couldn't do this with a rectangle because S could be different and most likely is. But for a square, it's always the same. So that looks good right here. And for inside, all you have to do is return width. You could do return height. It's a square. They're both the same. Either one. It doesn't really matter. So now that we have our implementation, let's see, make sure I got everything, imported that, good to go. We are ready to move on to Bucky class. And the first thing I want to do is instead of importing rectangle, no. We are importing square right here. Look at that. 2 H's pop up. All the things, those pop-ups are annoying. But yeah, I'm actually running out of time for this tutorial, but in the next tutorial, I'm going to be building our object, and we're going to be using our new and improved square class instead of the rectangle class, and I'm going to be walking you guys through everything and one last time show you the beauty of inheritance. So thank you guys for watching. If you want any of this source code, too lazy to type it yourself, go ahead, click on the link at the bottom. I'll put a link to my forum, and all of it's going to be there free for you guys. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to check out the forum, and I'll see you next tutorial.